A good buyer's agent should never hand you 3 properties and say, here, choose one. I know. When I co-hosted a television program that took buyers around the country and helped them to buy, that's precisely what we did. But that was television, entertainment, infotainment, if you will. Only one of that selection, maybe, was any good. We had to weave a story around the 2 or 3 other options in order to create Jeopardy and a bit of suspense and 48 minutes of viewing pleasure for the audience. In real life, this simply isn't feasible. Because it's hard to find one good property, let alone 3 or 4 in the same time frame. I often think that for every 100 properties that comes onto the market, there's really only 10 worth inspecting, and of those, you'd be really lucky if 2 are worth buying. So it sort of whittles the whole market down to about 1% that is really, really good. And if you're looking at just one suburb or even a handful of suburbs, you're never going to have 100 properties that are on the market at one time. And here's a tip, if there are over 100 properties on the market, prices are probably falling. So why is this? That maybe 2%, if you're lucky, probably more likely 1% of properties that are on the market at any given time are actually worth buying. Well, think of it like this. If you live in that beautiful home, which has got the north-facing garden and a lovely outlook, and everyone that comes to your home gushes over it and tells you how lucky you are, and when they leave, you're very happy and content in your home, well, you're one of those property owners that doesn't feel the pressure to sell. But if you're the one doing the gushing, and if you've just got home from visiting your friend who lives in a lovely home that's appealing, nothing seems to be wrong with it, and you're looking at your own cold dark home with the view of the brick wall next door, well, you can understand why you feel pressure to continue looking on Domain and realestate.com.au, whereas your neighbour never ever downloads the app. When we're looking for property for clients, we can often go weeks without seeing anything that's got that special something. And it's not just owner-occupiers who should hold out for the good ones, it's investors too. You should definitely be looking for properties with that little special something. It might be the great natural light, it might be the leafy outlook, it might be that the balcony is particularly large compared to others. Something that makes it unique and scarce. That's what that 1 or 2% have. They have something that everything else doesn't have and that buyers want and will pay a premium for. Because the thing is that those properties will get competition even in a slow market, which means that you're likely to enjoy better than average capital growth over the period of time that you hold that property. And when you go to sell, you won't have to agonize about choosing the exact timing of the market because you will always find a buyer willing to pay market value for the property, not looking for a bargain. Which brings me back to buyer's agents. And if you've got a buyer's agent that's delivering you 3 properties on a platter and saying, here, choose one, then there's something actually fundamentally wrong. Because it's not that easy to find 3 equally good properties, all equally worth buying within one time frame. So if you're talking to a buyer's agent that treats the market like a smorgasbord, consider yourself warned. The best meals are in the a la carte section. A la carte is where the good food is served, not the banquet. Now, I'm all for more truth and transparency and trust in the property industry. If you'd like to join the conversation, I encourage you to leave a comment.